Can I just say, Jimmy Carter and Bono have called on the UN to stop the slaughter of Matt Taibbi. Please, someone get involved. The Pope has called for this massacre to end. Please, remove the remains of Matt Taibbi's career from the House chamber. Thank you.
I know. I used to read him, and I stopped a long time ago because he's just gone off the rails.
I used to book him.
There you go.
Yes, I think we've had him on this show.
Had him on.
Yeah.
I've booked him in the past.
Yes. I've interviewed him many times. I have a lot of respect for him. He has been a great journalist.
Yeah.
And now he's at a point in his life when he decided he needed to get paid.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the whole story. We all have times when we need to get paid. Maybe he has a sexually transmitted parasite. That's what I call children. And you realize, oh, my God, it's time for me to go get paid. Sometimes you do things like try out Page 6 TV for 6 months and decide this isn't for me. Sometimes you...
I remember that.
I remember that.
Sometimes you become Elon Musk's property
Exactly.
and pretty much become his personal Xerox machine.
Well, at least he didn't do America's Funniest Home Videos.
Oh, come on, Chris.
America's Funniest Home Videos paid off my girlfriend's student loans. And
There you go.
There you go. That's worth it every
that
time.
is totally worth it. And you got to work with Daisy Fuentes, who is very lovely.
There you go.
Yeah, I already knew Daisy because we were at MTV VH1 together.
Yeah.
And,
right.
You know, Funny Home Videos is what got me out to L.A. And I really did pay off my girlfriend's massive student loan debt with that job. But also, it was only supposed to be like half a season. It wound up being 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I remember.
I don't know what Matt Taibbi thought he was signing up for, but I think he knows exactly what he did.
He was signing up for more than 2 seasons.
Yeah.
He's got a great career of doing muckraking politics for Donald Trump supporters ahead of him. It'll be wonderful.
Exactly. And Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
She called out the money.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Wiped the floor with the man. Here's what she said.
Before the release of the emails in August of last year, you had 661,000 Twitter followers. After the Twitter files, your followers doubled, and now it's 3 times what it was last August. I imagine your Substack readership, which is a subscription, increased significantly because of the work that you did for Elon Musk. Now, I'm not asking you to put a dollar figure on it, but it's quite obvious that you've profited from the Twitter files. You hit the jackpot on that Vegas slot machine to which you referred. That's true, isn't it?
I've also reinvested.
You've made some. No. Is it true that you have profited since you were the recipient of the Twitter files? You've made money. Yes or no?
I think it's probably a wash, honestly.
No, you have made money that you did not have before, correct?
But I've also spent money that I didn't have.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, but that was fun to listen to him go,
Hamana.
I hope Matt enjoys his new friends. You know, like I will always have affection for him in my heart. I'll always have respect for him in my heart. But I can't imagine he tripled his Twitter followers. Mm-hmm. That's either all bots or all MAGAs.
Yeah.
So enjoy the new friends, Matt. And I'm sure they'll appreciate all the work you've done in your career against corporate greed.
He should have said, "Yeah, it worked for me, and I stand behind what I did." Why didn't
That's
he
what
just?
He should have said.
He should have said that.
I would have just said, hey, it was a gig. I took a gig. But he was trying to have it both ways.
Right.
He doesn't want to be completely cut off from the liberal America that has given him a career.
Right.
At the same time, he didn't want to cut the cord to any potential future earnings from Elmo. He was trying to walk the line the whole time, and that's why he walked out of that place like a piñata.
Exactly. I mean, Connolly, just utter genius. Number 6, Chris, if we can. He was so good.
An exchange between Donald Trump, then President of the United States, and Chrissy Teigen, where he had called her something, and she called him something back. I won't repeat it. And this was under oath confirmed. Yeah, that happened, and that the White House shortly thereafter, after Tegan had her email about the president, which was pejorative, that the White House called Twitter to try to take down the content.
Right.
It seems like he's just meandering, right?
It
seems
I
like
certainly heard that in the news. Yes.
But listen.
But did you see that email exchange?
No, I have not seen an exchange from the Trump White House. So I have seen one from Congressman Schiff and one from Senator Angus King.
Nice try.
Mm-hmm.
Nice try, he says. Nice try. And then he went on to say
this is where he drops the hammer.
This is it.
7.
It's 7. Sorry about that.
In the Twitter files, Did Elon Musk or Twitter provide you with that exchange with Chrissy Teigen?
No, but that's probably because the searches that I was making.
Well, probably because it didn't confirm the bias.
Exactly.
That this is all about,
Boom.
as the gentleman from Texas would
Yes.
say, the left attempting to control content, when in fact the evidence is the Trump White House most certainly attempted to control content on Twitter.
Yep.
Brilliant exchange.
Hammer time.
Yeah.
All of this is just stalling, isn't it, Jody?
Mm-hmm.
All of this is just elaborate misdirects. You know, like the only people, the MAGAs are essentially saying Joe Biden's White House tried to sabotage Donald Trump while it was still Donald Trump's White House in 2020.
Yep.
That's
Right.
their whole argument. Tucker is doing this whole little pageant with all this footage of nothing happening to misdirect from his own text messages.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that Dominion on Tuesday night, after night number 2 of Tucker's Big Nothing show, released even more damning text messages. All they're doing right now is stalling and just trying to reframe the narrative, and it only works in the bubble. The Republican Party has finally decided all they need to do is get people who already like them to like them. They have learned nothing from last fall. They've learned nothing from 2020. They're going to keep on marginalizing their party by just existing to provide content for right-wing news.
Right. I mean, listening to Lauren Boebert question a current official with the Biden administration talking about remote work and 25% of the workforce, not wanting to go to the office, and the Biden administration official says that was the previous administration. I didn't work for them, so I can't comment on that. It's like, really, Lauren? You are that bad at reading?
I mean, these people live in the bubble. They accept this double talk and jive, and then they call me on Sirius XM at night, and they try to think this stuff will fly outside the bubble, and we have to present them with facts and empathy and try not to giggle too hard.
Well, I mean, even, the Dominion dumps with the text messages, people, MAGAs are like, I don't think this is true. It can't be true. No.
Tucker can't hate Donald Trump.
No, the idea.
Well, but notice, it's a cult of selfishness, right?
Right.
The one thing that unites the Boeberts, Trump, DeSantis, all of them, they're all out for themselves, which means eventually they all turn on each other.
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking forward to. But in any cult of selfishness, you'll notice Donald Trump has not written a Truth Social posting bashing Tucker Carlson.
No, and it's weird.
Tucker Carlson is not commenting on the real things he said about Trump because they both need each other.
Yeah.
Tucker doesn't want to alienate that audience, and Trump doesn't want to alienate Tucker fans. So again, they believe nothing. They will put up with anyone they hate if it helps their own career. Trump is doing to Tucker exactly what Tucker was doing to Trump.
Yeah. Oh, I know, agree. And Bridget Gabriel, who is really fun to listen to watch on
isn't she
Twitter.
smart? Boy, she's informed.
Oy vey. She speculated that the messages were not real writing. I hope this isn't true. I've always really liked Tucker Carlson's show and would hate to think he's been lying to us. Aw, poor Moopy.
As he lies to her.
As he lies to her.
Eric Bolling was furious.
Yeah.
Eric Bolling was so mad he didn't feel like sending a penis photo to his subordinates.
Yeah, exactly. Kurt Schilling replied by attributing the appearance of Carlson's disdain for Trump to a robot's interference. He thinks it's AI.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Well, he thinks the Confederacy is America, Kurt Schilling, so.
Well, there you go. And Howard Kurtz is not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah.
And
Howard Kurtz is not allowed.
Not allowed. And that's just, that tells you everything about Fox.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
this Dominion thing. I pray that that and Smartmatic, I think, are also suing Fox, and I think the grand total of the lawsuits is $4.3 billion, which is not a lot for Rupert Murdoch, but that's a huge hit, no matter what. And then I hope that everybody.
I mean, we'll see. I'm not convinced that anyone is going to pay any price for this. That anyone will be fired. Anyone will pay any money. I mean, maybe it'll happen, but I kind of think the most satisfaction we're going to get out of this is having concrete, physical evidence that these people just lied to their audience for years. I think that might be the only reward we get out of this, because I don't know. I mean, I'll settle for the humiliation of these frauds. I really will. And I'll buy popcorn for everybody.
Well, and I'm hoping that because what Tucker's trying to do with the January 6th footage, that people that are being re-traumatized, that were injured or their family members were killed that day or subsequently killed themselves, they all sue him and
Yes.
Fox just for like $5 or $10
Do the
million
Tucker what they did to
each.
Alex Jones.
So that's billions of dollars that he would have to potentially pay out. And as rich as Tucker is, he ain't that rich.
I loved reading Tucker, the text and Tucker talking about this audience that I bring to Fox. And it's like, you have that audience because Rupert Murdoch got tired of paying women that Bill O'Reilly abused.
Exactly.
That's why Tucker has that job, because Bill O'Reilly couldn't stop sexually harassing or allegedly physically battering women.
Right.
And that is why, I mean, it's literally abuse of women that gave Tucker his entire gig. And, you know, he might go away. Tucker's been a fraud his entire life. Watch his Dancing with the Stars appearance. Watch him pretending to be a real journalist. Tucker Carlson started Daily Caller. At the time, he said, to have the intelligent, Republican, authoritative news source. He wanted Daily Caller to be the New York Times of the right. He said this. And then he realized the right doesn't want that.
Right.
The right wants to be lied to. They will reward you for lying to them. And Fox is an IV drip of lies for white people.
You're
And so
correct.
we all know what the Daily Caller is now. And Tucker is a very rich guy, finally.
He is. He's very, very
I'm
rich.
sorry, he was born rich.
And then
Now
he's
made
even
money on
richer
it.
than he just
Yes.
invested
Then
his
the-
money.
and the Swanson frozen dinners.
I was going to
Beyond
speak.
being in the Lucky Sperm Club. Yeah.
Exactly.
Speaking of what you were saying about Tucker, we opened the show yesterday with the clip from 2006
Yeah.
of Tucker talking about how there
Integrity.
has to be a consistent narrative in the media that provides truth to people, and if you don't, that's how myths and conspiracy theories can arise. He literally
Tonight,
gave up the game.
Yeah.
Tonight on Tucker, we're going to show you 35 hours of 1970s Buffalo Bills games, and there's O.J. Simpson not breaking any laws, not killing anyone. In spite of what you may have heard, O.J. Simpson does not kill anyone in all the hours of Buffalo Bills football footage we've gone through.
Or Hertz commercials.
Yeah.
You know.
That's it. I mean, look at this. It's the Reichstag. I don't see a fire in this footage. There's no Reichstag fire at all. I mean,
He didn't kill anybody in the Naked Gun movies either. I mean,
Look at the footage from the Titanic. They were playing music on the
they
deck.
were fine. They were fine.
People were
I
having
mean,
a good
look at all
time.
this Zapruder footage. Up until this one moment, it's completely peaceful. You know, and all of it was done as an elaborate misdirect. So so he would flood the zone, as Steve Bannon says, and there'd be less ink about his text messages.
And
That's
it's not
all
working.
it was about. And if you want to see the tell, you know, no one on Fox promoted Tucker's
No,
special.
not a,
True.
not a one.
Knows. They sent out that global email saying, please talk up our big exclusive. No other Fox programs promoted what Tucker was doing.
Right.
Think about that this weekend, and it'll get you through the rough times.
It'll get you through daylight savings time being changed because on Saturday we got to put our
That's
make
right.
up for
clocks
that hour we
forward. That
lose.
hour that we're going to lose, time zones, all that stuff. Come on, let's be like Arizona and Hawaii and not change the clocks anymore. I'm just saying, it's so annoying.
That was one of the best things about living in Arizona is not changing the clocks.
and Hawaii's pretty nice too.
Yeah.
I was in LA and Arizona last week. It was great having to change my time zone an hour back and forth every time.
Yeah.
I loved the inconvenience. Can I just give a shout out also
Yes.
to Representative Stacey Plaskett
Yes.
yesterday? I thought besides tearing a new one for Jim Jordan, she was great. You know, a lot of people fell in love with her because she was an impeachment manager in Trump's second impeachment trial. But she is the delegate to the U.S. House of
Right.
Representatives from the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Yes.
Right.
She doesn't actually have a vote.
Nope.
Right.
They have taxation with semi-representation,
Right.
and even though she doesn't get a vote on policy, boy, is she doing a great job.
She really is. She really, really is. We could just play 3.
Yeah, this is her just kicking off the meeting. That she threw it down at the very beginning of the hearing. Yes, you've
really
heard this,
did.
John.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, as a point of order, it's been my understanding that one of the witnesses has, within the last half an hour, released additional information that the Republicans may, and you as the majority, may have been able to review and have information about. And if that information is in
Listen
fact
to him
going to
dodge.
be used at this hearing, I just want the point of order to be recognized that the Democrats have not been able to review or to see any of that information. Will you be using any of the information that has recently been released by? Excuse me? Will you be using any of that information?
We'll be using whatever information that our staff has put together for us to use at this hearing.
And
Howard.
you've had that information before this hearing began, before today?
We use all
Wait,
information that is given to our staff, and we will use it to make sure we educate
Howard.
the American people on
Information
the
that
web.
you have not shared with us?
Wow. Atta girl.
Howard,
Reproductive rights are under attack in America, and abortion has become illegal in many states. Equality Vines created Choice Sauvignon Blanc and Choice Rosé to support a woman's fundamental right to make her own personal and private health care decisions. We invoke the memory of the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, a valiant advocate for choice, by encircling our bottle with her famous collar. A percentage of the proceeds of this wine will be donated to organizations fighting for women's reproductive rights around the country. For all you viewers on the Political Voices Network, go to choice.equalityvines.com and type in the promo code PVN to get 10% off on Choice Sauvignon Blanc and Choice Rosé.